Good morning. Good morning to you, and welcome to Journal with Me. It's My name is Kathy Hampton, and we are here on a Tuesday morning session. It is July 27th, 2023, and we are almost finished with the month of July. Wow! But we will be journaling today. I just want to wait for some live virtual community members to come in before I get started. While we are waiting, oh, okay, we have a few here. Good morning, Dr. Crystal. Good to see you here. And Catherine, great to see you here. Yes, great to have you both here with me. And we'll wait before we get truly started with our journaling. And for those who have not run across this channel or this journal with me, um, it's a community of journalers, writers, dreamers, um, explorers, and we sit for a session of journaling to document what's on our mind, what's in our hearts. And we do that through use of pen and paper, um, journals. I have a composition book. We also, I suggest, whatever you have that will capture what you are feeling inside, what you have on your mind, including a canvas, including your laptop if you want to type. Um, you choose the medium that you would like. Journaling traditionally happens within a diary or journal or pages, and it's a opportunity to bring clarity to your thoughts, it to clarity to a situation, also allowing you to create, um, to explore, reflect. Um, it's a great tool for self awareness. And yeah, it does a lot. It is a therapeutic tool that has anecdotal evidence of people being successful and gaining consciousness over their own life, um, or finding success when they write things down. So I hope that, if you do like what I'm offering today, that you would like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. If you are watching through YouTube, you can do so on Facebook also, but you can't necessarily subscribe to the YouTube channel, which I would encourage and invite you to do. I would appreciate that. And yeah, we are going to get started soon. And I have some things that I'd like to impart on you before we actually get started journaling. Good morning, Sarah. Great to see you. Good morning, Rebloom Room. Hey, you made it. All right. Good to see you. Donna, great to see you also, Art Appraiser. Awesome. 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 So, um, what I wanted to share before we get started, and for those who do not necessarily practice journaling or use journaling as a tool for just about anything, you can imagine using it for a to do list, writing down your thoughts, as I said. Um, if if you don't know that, it's really important, first of all, to take time for yourself. You have to you have to find quiet time, quiet space, um, a chunk of time, As I tell people, there are no hard, fast rules to journaling, especially when you get started. But if you want to make it a practice, a consistent practice, you might want to um, start out with 5-10 minutes to journal, moving into 20 minutes. We do spend 20 minutes here. And if that is good for you, that's great for me because it will solidify just um, taking time, being quiet, being still. If you can be quiet and still, a lot can come up for you. A lot can come up in your mind and your heart. Um, a lot of people have a problem with being still, or a problem with meditation, and this is an opportunity to get accustomed to being in a quiet space, in a room by yourself, doing things by yourself, um, and honoring yourself with peace. So, if you're new to journaling, give it a shot, try it out. Um, and if you are already practicing this, stick with it, keep going. Besides Tuesdays and Thursdays, there are 5 other days in the week that you can create that time for yourself to journal, to meditate, to be still. And it doesn't matter what time of the day, any time of the day. So, with that being said, we start 20 minutes on the clock. I will get started with that. Before we do, I want to share my favorite quote. Let's see, that's the banner, but it says, "This is a wonderful day. I have never seen this one before." Maya Angelou. So yeah, we don't know what is to come, but let's let's manifest that it is a great day. Yeah, it's a wonderful day. I've never seen this one before. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start with that. Where's my clock? I hope you've all had a great morning thus far. I'm an early riser. I work better early. And I know that some people do not, but I hope that you've had a great morning so far. And we're going to start with our 20 minutes. All right, there we go. Okay, the chimes have told us that it is 20 minutes has passed, and I hope that you were able to get that documentation down. It sounds like such an official word, documentation. But that's what we are doing. We are documenting. We are placing our mark um, on paper or whatever medium you are using, um, and hope you were able to get that, write that down, get whatever's on your heart and mind out, so that you can make room for more thoughts, more creativity, organization. Yeah, yeah. Journaling can be freeing. It can allow us to free ourselves up. And so I hope that was a good 20 minutes. If it was too long for you, it's okay. If it was, too short, that's okay. Please feel free to continue writing, and you can put me in the background. Um, that and so that you can get what you need out or documented. On the screen, I have a quote by Ben Ockery, and try to do my homework this morning. Um, I use Insight Timer for my as a as a meditation app, and it has lots of quotes when you sign on, and or a quote of the day, so to speak. And this one comes from Ben Ockery. The most authentic thing about us is our capacity to create, overcome, transform, and love. So I thought I would share that with you. Um, Ben Ockery evidently is a poet, and he is a writer. He's Nigerian, and they call him Sir Ben Ockery. So he has a status of being the post-colonial, one of the post-colonial great authors. I'm not familiar with Ben Ockery, but I am now. I was not, but I am now. So I thought I would share that with you. It resonated with me after quickly reading it. And one thing I did not do this morning, I moved quickly and I didn't ask you or anyone who may have joined us for the first time to check in with yourself. And I think it's really important, actually, before starting journaling, to check in with yourself. Um, I had already done so, so I was selfish. Apologies by not asking you to check in with yourself. How are you doing? How are you feeling? What are your moods and emotions? Um, because you can have more than one. You can have more than one mood or emotion floating around. How are you doing? I also ask ask you, meaning you listening, um, what's your weather report? Weather report is, are you feeling sunny, hazy, um, foggy in mind? Um, are you feeling cool and collected? Or are you feeling cool as in cold blooded? Are you feeling angry? What is your weather report? How are you doing today? And it's important to know how you are doing. It's a part of being aware, self aware, and that self awareness can guide you throughout the day. And you may stop and say, why am I doing or saying these things? And It might be because something has happened that has influenced the mood. So it's a great start to the day because no matter what the feeling is or what the emotion is, you can take account for it. Sometimes we can't control what happens in our consciousness, but our subconscious is there back there, you know, feeding us some kind of mood or emotion. And it's okay to be and feel the way we are feeling. So, yeah, feel it. Don't try to always control it, but feel it. If you are happy, that's great. But sometimes we can walk around with smiles on our faces and feel happy and euphoric and really be crying inside. So yourself, check in with yourself, check yourself out. Girl, how are you doing? How are you really doing? And once you do that, you can write about it. Yeah, ask yourself the questions, some questions. So, the next thing I wanted to talk about is affirming yourself. And affirm, affirming yourself is really almost a form of celebration and providing yourself positive statements about yourself. When you are doing that, you can bring yourself some relief if truly inspired by a positive statement about yourself. We can tell ourselves so many negative things about ourselves. Simply just opening our mouth, we tend to go toward the negative about ourselves. Um, and therefore, putting that word out into the universe, speaking the most harsh things about ourselves. I do it on occasion. I have to check myself, um, but I also like to celebrate myself. And this weekend, I did a lot of celebration. I did a lot this weekend. It was a full weekend. I know today is Tuesday, but on Sunday, when in the Sunday session of Journal with Me, um, I was celebrating and want to encourage you to celebrate. So I actually want to take a minute right now and have you affirm and celebrate yourself. What can you celebrate for the last week, the, yesterday, today? What can you celebrate? What can you affirm for yourself? Just take a moment to do that. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I hope that you were able to check in with yourself. You're able to affirm yourself. Continue if you have not been able to finish that. And celebrate yourself. I'll let you know that this weekend I surprised myself again. I let go of anything that was not serving me well. I allowed myself to be led instead of being in control or needing to be right or correct. You know, sometimes we want to be in control of everything and not go with the flow. We sometimes want to be right about something. Have to be right. Have to be correct. Um, the control over it can overtake you and put you in a box and doesn't allow you to be open to good stuff that can come into your life. This weekend, I cultivated friendships, and it's so important for us to cultivate friendships, especially at this age of 50 and over. Um, you know, especially if you have moved around a little bit, and your next door neighbor is no longer your friend; it's someone you don't know. um, it's really important to cultivate friendships because we are not supposed to be alone on this planet, in this world. Um, we shrink when we don't have friendships or aren't in contact with people. Or so I encourage you to cultivate friendships. And when I say cultivate, really, you know, fertilize them, water them, um, you know, spend time joyfully with others. Um, I learned something new by using kindness this weekend to overcome conflict. I decided not to be so strict in my thoughts and old patterns of holding a grudge, or you know I opened up to being kind to avoid conflict. I use boundaries for self-care and self-love, which has been difficult. So I've learned all of these lessons, and I'm celebrating myself for putting the what has been learned into practice. That's how I'm celebrating myself. I also spoke truth without teaching, and uh, my good friend Sarah shared that with me. Um, Sometimes, as caregivers, we we talk a lot, and sometimes you can't teach people with talking. That was reminded. That was a reminder to me, and I did that this weekend. I opened up to learning and speaking to someone about a different perspective for my wellness business. I allowed myself to open up and hear what they were saying and describing, and yeah, and it all made sense. I created um, space for decluttering. I created a time um, to do what I needed to do without overwhelm, so that I can move on to the next stage of my journey. And I manifested a new opportunity. So I'm celebrating that. And all of that is, you know, what we all can do. And we have to celebrate these. All right, Catherine, what do we have to celebrate? Our magical moments. Catherine chose an affirmation card that spoke about magical moments, and we use that here quite often. So, yeah, take account of the magical moments, the little things that you would walk past if you just are rushing, moving through quickly and on that hamster wheel. But if we just take our time on our walks and in our time alone and in peace, we can find those magical moments. Yeah, we can do that. And yeah, so those are the things that I celebrated. I hope that you can think of the magical moments, those things to celebrate um, for yourself. And so I've been talking. Let's see what you guys are doing and who has joined us. Okay. Dr. Crystal, yes. That quote is cool, right? Yeah. Dr. Crystal, you're sunny today and clear. All right. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love to say that. I'm clear. Yes. You're feeling mild and calm. All right. Mild and just mildly breezy, maybe, and calm. That's awesome, Catherine. I feel like a rising sun. All right, my piece. Go ahead, girl. A rising sun. That's awesome. Very good. I'm wanting for a little more sleep, so we'll nap during the day. Good. Okay, Donna, the art appraiser, I'm going to let you in on a secret. Well, it's not really a secret. I hope it's not a secret. But our friend Rebloom Room on her channel, um, she actually takes naps online on Wednesdays, I believe. Rebloom Room, you want to let us know? Yes, take that nap, girl. Oh, so good. But yeah, Rebloom Room takes naps. I believe it's on Wednesdays and Fridays at 1 p.m. So if you want to be in community napping, yeah, go to Rebloom Room on YouTube and nap with her. There's such a powerful place to be. Congratulations. Oh, thank you. Yeah, let's celebrate ourselves. It's amazing what you can think of about what what good things have happened to you. What progress have you made just in little moments about your day? Learn this from a law of attraction video. Words do not teach, only experiences do. Both my experience and those of others are the true teachers. This reminder is always helpful to me. Yes, thank you for sharing that with me. And I put that in practice this weekend, Miss Sister Sarah. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, I appreciate you. And so, speaking of law of attraction and abundance, I a few years ago, it was a long time ago. Oprah Winfrey had on her show a woman who wrote a book about abundance, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is interesting." This was back, so my children are 30 and 27, so it had to be about 27 years ago, maybe, that I saw this and I bought the book. I forget the name of the book, um, but it was talking about housekeeping, and it doesn't resonate with me. To me, it was about housekeeping and being on a schedule if you were a busy housewife. And I was not that. And so I was like, what is she talking about abundance in that manner? I didn't get it. Maybe if I go back to the book again, I'll maybe understand because I had I had to understand the spiritual part of abundance, and that's what I couldn't get from her from that book. And so what I end up doing over a few years is finding out what that is all about, and it simply is having a lot of whatever you have. It's a lot of what we have instead of lack therein, and having a lot within us to be able uh, to live the life that we want, we desire, and not lack. We always think that we do not have enough of. I do not have enough money. That's where I'm headed. We do not have. I do not have enough. I do not have enough love. I do not have enough of whatever. I do not have a lot enough clothes. I don't have a lot of shoes. You know, I do not have all this physical material stuff, right? And a friend of mine, we are on the same journey when I moved to Newark, New Jersey from my suburban home. I met this woman and she was doing tapping, the tapping. Yeah, I could not do tapping. But she had these um, audio tapes, and I listened to them and I understood abundance more through those tapes and what abundance is. And it is basically all that you have inside of you, all the lessons that you have learned, all of the skills that you have, all of the knowledge that you have, all that you can utilize and tap into to have more of, or to have what you desire. So um, I wanted you to, when thinking about talking about abundance, I've had difficulty because I try to um, impart upon people um, an idea through visualization, and so I call all that we have inside of us to be this box of stored up information and knowledge and wisdom that we have within us. I call it the abundance box. And you open that up when you need to use whatever you have, your skill set, your wisdom, the lessons that you've learned, the energy that you have, the your persona, the person who you are, your kindness, your goodness, your laughter, your joy, all of that you have within you can be put to use for whatever else you want and desire. So we are not lacking. So I want I invite you. I have to say I invite you to think about what is in your abundance box that you may have forgotten about. We have so much. We have quite a bit. Um, we are not lacking. Uh, you are not lacking. I am not lacking of anything. If you see behind me, all my cupboards are full of food, uh, dishes. I have even tchotchkes up here. I have just I have more than enough actually. Um, a few years ago, many years ago, probably back to that 27 years ago, um, I was I was I felt like I was going grocery shopping like all the time. I had two young kids, and we had I had a job, so when something ran out, I would immediately go to the grocery store, and I shopped in the mornings because on a weekday, early in the morning, to avoid crowds. And by doing that, I filled my cart up with so much. And it just seemed like, um, you know, when I got home, I didn't have room to put the food because I already had stuff in the cabinets, but didn't wasn't using it, right? Because somebody didn't like, green beans or peas or, in the refrigerator, and, throwing out food, it was going to waste because somebody didn't like what we had. Oh, instead of, and a lady, we were in conversation, and she said, honey, please use what you have in your cabinets. She said, go down to the bare nothing. You'll save money and time and effort. And if they don't eat whatever you cook, girl, you know, then they don't eat. Because I remembered I hated peas. My mother cooked peas all the time. We ate them. I hated peas. But we have so much material. We have so much food. We have so much, even when we don't think we do. We do. We have so much inside of us. And we sometimes, oh, I can't do that because I don't have that. I can't do this because, I haven't learned that. Well, what have you learned? What have you in you? What do you have? Yeah. So, let's see. I've had only one nap with it, but I'll do it again soon. Oh, okay. Okay, great, Dr. Crystal. Yeah. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Sarah. We all have more than enough. Amen. We have more than enough. And so this past week, I I was on a Zoom call with our sister Sandra from Lack to Legacy, learning once again a new tool, a new way of increasing my income if I so choose. And I'm curious. I want to know more. Um, I'm not sure when From Lack to Legacy will be having online YouTube beginner training for trading, but I encourage you to learn. If you so choose, if you want to, if that is something of interest, it's just another tool. It really is. And the more I listen, the more I learn, and we share. She shares information so well. She's a great and magnificent teacher as she bops around the world teaching us women 40 over, 50 over, on how to do something that we are not familiar with, but are learning how to be familiar. I love learning. I celebrate learning today. I love learning. I love learning the lessons. I love learning new things. I love learning other people's culture. I love learning new places and spaces. I love learning. Yeah. So I encourage you, if that is something you're interested in, to do. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna pick some cards today. Oh, this morning at 9:30. All right, Sarah. All right. Lack to Legacy this morning at 9:30 a.m. Go to your YouTube channel and search it and ring the notification bell. You'll be made aware when she starts. And it's a beautiful thing. And she's a sweet person, a sweet spirit, knowledgeable. And as she says, I used to teach toddlers, so you can get this. And yes, she's wonderful. She's wonderful. So I encourage you all, um, or invite you to do that. Um, Today I picked card 25 from the Cosmic Journey Oracle deck from Yannick Silver. And we've picked this card before in this group. I'm going to go back to picking some affirmation cards um, next week. But I wanted to, this one, I picked 25 because today is the 25th of July. And, time is flying. And that's, and it, when people say that, you know, it's relative. Time is flying because of what, or how it feels, or what you're doing in your life. I'm I think that um, I'm doing a lot of things and thinking a lot of things. So time just seems to just go one day after the other, and I don't know what that means, but it's okay with me. It just amazes me. The phoenix rises into joyful abundance, and that was card number 25. Hence, I don't know if you can see that. It's a lot of graphics there, and that's the phoenix. The phoenix rises into joyful abundance. Who is it? My piece said that she's rising like the sunshine. All righty. Yeah, the phoenix rises into joyful abundance. Consider this, okay? Consider this. Thank you. Wait, Katrina Lilly, thank you. I appreciate you. I did not see you other in here, and I want to acknowledge you. Thank you for that. Katrina Lilly says to basically don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. I appreciate you. The phoenix rises into joyful abundance. It's time to surrender your former smallness to your destiny of greatness. Are you ready to fully step forward into the total transformation of your business, your life, and your legacy, knowing you won't be the same again? It's a scary thought because our identities are so closely aligned to who we think we are with our existing business or previous accomplishments, but all of that is just R&D for what lies ahead, research and development. It's not about starting over. It's about taking anything, everything you've developed, built, researched, succeeded with, failed at, and intuited, struggled through, and overcome. Every relationship you've nurtured, every network connection made, goodwill cultivated, reputation built, skills developed. It's all brought you right here and right now to this moment. And like a phoenix rising, your emergence into joyful abundance is inevitable. It's inevitable because change is inevitable. I invite you in your spare time to make a list of all your skills, lessons learned, failures, successes, key relationships, and discoveries. The cosmic catalyst, as he puts it, the question. In my own mythic story of rebirth, what comes next? What comes next? What comes next in this transformative time? What comes next for you? You can spend time on that. Not homework. That's no homework. That's if you so choose to consider it, to think about that question. What comes next? And what are those skills that you have? The abundant. What's in your abundance box? Sometimes we have so much we got to go dig through it and say, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I I I remember I had that." This past weekend, or this Sunday, I found myself in a cargo van driving from Philly to Newark, New Jersey, closing out my storage unit with boxes I retrieved so that I can go through them and get rid of what no longer is serving me. I haven't seen what's in these boxes, so more than likely, I do not need anything in them. I'm looking at them, they're probably about maybe 12 boxes of various sizes, plus a massage table. I'm not practicing anymore. I sold that thing. Yeah, I'm getting ready for the next phase. I encourage you to dig deep with for your resources to help you move to the next phase, to the next stage, the abundance that you have within you. Okay? So I celebrate all of that with you. Yeah. And let's pick our deck, our card from the rest deck. I'm going in order for this card today because we have we have people who like to take naps, play. Sarah likes to play. We want to play. We want to play. We want to, sip tea in the dark. Someone said, who was, I think it was Amina, our girl, our newcomer, new journaler. Amina says she wants us to sip her turmeric latte or turmeric tea in the dark. So Trisha Hersey has given us some fabulous ideas of how to rest. This card states, there is no urgency. There is no perfection. I am enough now. Right. Right. Good card, right? That's what she says. Okay, let's see if I can get, there we go. There is no urgency. There is no perfection. I am enough now. And on the backs, she states, deprogramming from grind culture includes a new relationship with time. There's always time to rest when you reimagine what rest can be. Reimagine what rest can be. You must be subversive, inventive, and flexible. Rest is ancient. Your body is ancient. You are coming back to yourself when you rest. Keep coming back to yourself. Yes. Keep coming back to yourself. We are enough. We are enough right now. Open yourself up uh, to not being in control. Allow yourself some wiggle room and flexibility. Try not to be right or right sizing and having to be right or correct. Open up to learning. We do not know it all. We do not know it all. So, with that said, I am so happy that you joined me today to journal with me. I couldn't have journaled without you today, and I appreciate you more than ever for stopping through and learning the practice of journaling, considering what's on your heart, reflecting about yourself, celebrating yourself, um, checking in with yourself, checking in with your moods and emotions, um, what has brought on those moods and emotions, going deeper into discovering more about yourself. And when you find out more about you, wow, it's amazing. It's amazing. You figure out kind of like puzzle. You find out the ways you can move through this journey that we call life, getting to our desired location with peace, um, as we change moment by moment, magically, as we observe around us to make sure our path is clear, and that we consider ourselves more for the journey. I appreciate you for stopping by and welcome you to um, come back on Thursday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another session of Journal with Me. I really enjoy journaling with you and appreciate anyone who hasn't subscribed to my channel to do so. I appreciate it so much. I wish you a great day. I'm sending much love to you, and I will see you soon. All right. Bye bye.